5:30 starts right now.
We begin this evening with an argument that turned into a deadly shooting overnight on the city's east side.
San Antonio police officers are still searching for the suspect involved. Our Jonathan Cotto has the latest on the investigation.
Police responded to the scene on Tilly Drive, that's off of South W.W. White Road on the city's east side, for reports of a shooting. The gunfire happening just before 3 a.m. SAPD says an argument started between the suspect and the victim inside a car driven by another man. A witness in that area says they saw a white vehicle speed down the street, make a U-turn, and then quickly took off. Investigators then got a call from a man who said he was driving that vehicle when the shooting happened. The two men involved in the argument both pulled guns. Police say the driver told him the suspect then fired, striking the victim. They say the driver of the white vehicle stopped and the man pulled the body out of the car and ran off. The driver drove away and called the police.
I'm standing outside of public safety headquarters where police say the suspect or the victim have not been positively identified. This case remains under investigation. We'll keep you updated as more information is made available. Reporting, Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
A man is dead after a fiery crash on the city's south side. The crash happened just before midnight in the 10,300 block of Southeast Loop 410 near Roosevelt. San Antonio police say a man was driving east in a Ford Fusion when an 18-wheeler on the right shoulder merged into his lane. The Ford hit the back of the trailer and the impact caused both vehicles to catch fire. Police say the driver of the Ford was trapped in his vehicle and was pronounced dead at the scene. No other injuries were reported.
Now to a crime alert. San Antonio police also investigating an early morning stabbing at a bus stop. According to SAPD, a woman called 911 claiming to have been stabbed at that bus stop on Veracruz in South Brazos around 2:30 this morning. When officers arrived, they found that woman bleeding from her arm. She told police she was attacked by another person, but as EMS was treating her, she claimed to have been assaulted by her boyfriend. Police did find blood on the sidewalk in front of her boyfriend's home. Officers were not able to find him, though. The woman was taken to University Hospital. She is expected to recover. Police still trying to figure out exactly what happened.
The San Antonio Fire Department investigating an afternoon house fire. It happened just before 1 this afternoon in the 2600 block of Southwest 34th Street near Cleto Rodriguez Freeway. When San Antonio fire crews got there, the back of the house was on fire. Investigators say it started in an air conditioner. The flames caused around $50,000 in damage, but no injuries were reported.
Two men have been arrested in connection to a shooting that happened last Sunday. An arrest affidavit states 27-year-old Donald Montalvo and 22-year-old Miguel Maldonado, whose mugshot has not yet been released, allegedly tried to shoot someone. According to San Antonio police, the two men went to an apartment complex where they knew the victim would be and began chasing him. During that chase, Montalvo and Maldonado began shooting at the victim. Police say the pair ended up crashing their car and then ran away from the scene. Both are being charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Just a reminder for you tonight, SAWS will resume shutoffs this week for anyone with overdue bills. But SAWS officials say there is good news. Most of their delinquent balances have been automatically enrolled in a 4-year payment plan. That means if the customer enrolled makes 18 months of payments plus their current bill, SAWS will write off the remaining balance. There are also other assistance programs for you if you need help paying your bill. For more information, just go to saws.org/uplift or call 210-233-2273.
Making headlines today, according to police, a gang blamed for kidnapping 5 priests and 2 nuns earlier this year in Haiti, now accused of kidnapping missionaries from a U.S.-based organization. 16 Americans and 1 Canadian were among those kidnapped, 5 of them children. Here's ABC's Ika Chachi with the details.
According to a voice message from Ohio-based Christian Aid Ministries that was sent to other religious missions, a group of 19 missionaries that included a 2-year-old child was kidnapped. Police in Haiti say the 400 Mawozo gang carried out the kidnapping in Ganthier, a commune east of the capital of Port-au-Prince. The group was returning home Saturday after building an orphanage. The message goes on to say the mission's field director is working with the U.S. Embassy. The State Department issuing a statement saying the welfare and safety of U.S. citizens abroad is one of the highest priorities of the Department of State. Haiti has faced several difficult challenges this year, including the assassination of President Jovenel Moïse in July and a 7.2 magnitude earthquake this past August that killed more than 2,000 people.
So you put the poverty on top of repeated 7.0 plus magnitude earthquakes over the years, and it's just been brutal for the Haitian people and very difficult for them to establish not just the rule of law, but basic functions of society.
The country has seen an alarming surge in gang-related kidnappings. Haiti's Center for Analysis and Research and Human Rights reports there have been 600 kidnappings this year, 117 of them in just the last month.
There are very few people that are able to pay hostage ransoms, and so the Americans make a nice target in the sense that they can probably afford to pay.
This growing turmoil in Haiti can make it more complicated for the Biden administration to turn away Haitian migrants at the southern U.S. border, many making the argument it is not safe on the ground in Haiti. Ike Ajachi, ABC News, Washington.
Former President Bill Clinton has been released from a California hospital after being treated for a urinary tract infection that spread to his bloodstream. Clinton was seen walking out of the hospital this morning along with his wife, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. He gave a thumbs up when somebody asked how he was feeling. Clinton was admitted last week to the University of California Irvine Medical Center, and his doctors say he was treated in the ICU for privacy and for safety.
Still ahead on the news at 5:30, why the U.S. is making strides battling COVID-19. The U.S. job market is continuing to feel the effects of the pandemic. Up next, why the pandemic still has a hold on the U.S. economy.
The United States is making progress in the battle against COVID-19 with increases in vaccinations and the availability of booster shots.
But as John Lawrence reports tonight, the pandemic appears to still have a grip on the U.S. job market, and it's giving the workforce the upper hand on employers.
The COVID-19 pandemic has changed the way many Americans view their career goals.
And that's why you're seeing a lot of people who simply don't want to go back to restaurant or hotel jobs. They are trying to find something else.
Despite average growth and hourly wages trending up over the past few years, a record-setting 4.3 million people left their jobs in August, according to the Job Openings and Labor Turnover Survey.
The number one reason is burnout, mental health issues. I want better work-life flexibility to be with family or to pursue other dreams that I have.
As companies look to fill their job vacancies, unions are starting to flex their muscles.
People have worked throughout this pandemic, and they've been called essential, but unfortunately they've been treated as expendable.
Thousands of John Deere workers are on the picket lines after turning down a tentative deal that included hikes in pay and benefits.
There's been this huge reset. Over half of all workers are sort of saying, I'm not sure I want to work the way I did and in the same place I did, which has soared in terms of quit rates. So we really are in this alternative universe that is not going to dissipate anytime soon.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
And the great fall weather continues. Beautiful view as we look outside with live cam near the airport. Some more of those high, thin clouds around today, but it has still been a wonderful day and temperatures are sitting pretty in the 70s currently. It will get pretty cool this evening, though, as temperatures quickly fall into the 60s. Eventually, 50s, maybe some upper 40s by early tomorrow morning. And I'll detail your Monday forecast coming up here in just a few minutes. But first, we'll check on the aquifer. It is up almost another whole foot today. We love to see that. And in your pollen count, after 5 allergens yesterday, we're left with just 2 today. Mold are moderate with a count of 540. Ragweed is low with a count of 60. We'll be right back.
So I think it's time to say you're welcome because I've been back from maternity leave for 2 days and look at the weather I brought you.
We've been waiting for Courtney to come back.
Yes.
I missed you guys so much.
We missed you too.
We missed you too. I missed these morning temperatures.
Yes.
I know.
My God.
I was outside. It was cold.
Yes, it was. The verbiage here, I'm like, do we call it cold? I mean, this was the lowest our temperatures have been since April. So I think in that respect, yeah, we could say it was kind of cold out there this morning. 48 the morning low at the airport. 40 the low in Fredericksburg this morning, 54 in Del Rio, and of course a bit warmer south of Highway 90, but still a pretty chilly start to the day today. And of course the big question probably as you're enjoying the cooler air this weekend is, all right, how long is it going to last? When are things going to warm up again? Well, we've got another pretty cool morning on the way tomorrow, a few degrees warmer, but we'll start off near 50 degrees tomorrow morning. Notice, though, as we get into Tuesday, Wednesday, our morning lows do start to climb back into the 60s. It's not going to be terribly uncomfortable during the mornings this week, but with an increase in humidity over the next few days, it won't be quite as cool and crisp. So we really need to soak it in over the next day or so. It's currently 72 at the airport, 74 up I-35 in New Braunfels, and 80 down in Laredo. Really comfortable temperature-wise, and also in terms of the humidity. Our dew points are still low in the 30s and 40s, so it feels nice and dry out there, and of course a whole lot like fall. Here's a look at the rest of your Sunday. Temperatures, especially after the sun goes down right around 7 o'clock, will quickly fall through the 60s, and even as early as 10 p.m. we'll be falling into the upper 50s. So it'll get cool out there pretty quickly tonight. And like we've seen all weekend long as far as cloud cover goes, just some more of those high thin clouds filtering in. So today's sunset, 7:01. Over the next couple of weeks, next 2.5 weeks, our sunset will drop to late in the 6 o'clock hour. However, 3 weeks from today, daylight saving time ends, and that means we fall back. Now, this is the good one. We get an extra hour of sleep, but 3 weeks from today, our sunset time will be in the 5 o'clock hour. So we are getting closer to that time of year. But we love the fallback because we get an extra hour of sleep. Courtney, I feel like that's going to hit differently.
I don't know what that word means anymore, so it's lost on me. But I guess I'm excited, yes.
It gets worse as the child gets older.
God, don't tell me that.
Well, I'm trying.
Thanks,
so,
Katie.
That's coming in 3 weeks, so just file that away. Start mentally preparing yourself. It's beautiful out there today. Just some high, thin clouds continue to filter in, and it's really quiet all across the state of Texas. Surface high pressure really settled in nicely this weekend behind the front that came through Friday afternoon and Friday evening, and this has kept us really pleasant. However, this will be responsible for the increase in humidity that starts to kick in over the next couple of days. So by tomorrow, the surface high will start to move east and our wind direction will start to become a bit more southeasterly. But by Tuesday, as it moves even farther away, the winds around that area of surface high pressure will be south-southeasterly right off the Gulf of Mexico for us. So it's by Tuesday that humidity really starts to build back in. As far as any rain goes, we'll hold off on a low chance of rain until Thursday, and some high cloud cover will continue to filter in. But here's how our dew points rise over the next few days. Tomorrow, we're still looking good, but with the south-southeasterly wind by Tuesday, our dew point numbers will jump back into muggy territory. By Tuesday, you'll really start to feel it by the middle of this week. So enjoy tomorrow morning. With drier air still in place, a lot of us will be near 50 degrees to start the day tomorrow. So when you're sending the kiddos out the door, maybe a light jacket, but give them something that they can kind of stash in their backpack, because by the afternoon, we'll be back in the mid to upper 70s, even a few spots in the low 80s tomorrow afternoon, increasing humidity, and then some really low-end chances of rain kick in by Thursday of this week, guys.
See, being up early has paid off because the mornings are so nice and crisp, and it's been lovely.
Okay, you keep spinning that tail over there.
Just wait, watch. You have to watch the 10 tonight to see if I can stay awake until 11. I did it last night.
There's good places around here to take naps, I'll show you. All right, Larry, UTSA finally getting some national recognition as they make program history.
Yeah, absolutely. They are 7-0. We found out first today that they finally made the top 25 in the coaches poll. And then a little bit later, we found that they did a little bit better in the AP poll. They are finally ranked. We have that. Plus, in boxing, 210 Bam won again by way of knockout. Coming up. It's a banner day for UTSA football because the Roadrunners are nationally ranked for the first time in program history, appearing at number 24 in the Associated Press Top 25 poll and number 25 in the USA Today Sports Coaches poll this week. UTSA is 7-0 following the 45-0 shutout of Rice yesterday at the Alamo Dome. The Roadrunners held Rice to 102 yards total offense, plus Trevor Hermanson and Corey Mayfield Jr. each had an interception return for a touchdown. Head coach Jeff Traylor was nervous heading into the game, but says the team handled themselves perfectly.
I was worried after Tuesday's practice. I was, but I told y'all, probably I'm just an old grouchy man. I went in there and got after them really good, and the Titan data did not show that. The Titan data showed our kids had one of their hardest practices of the year. my leadership council, Miles Benning, this morning, man, well, I want this thing buttoned up. We need to be buttoned up and ready to go for homecoming. This is a big game for us. Elevator. I hear Day tell one of my freshmen, man, 2:15 team meeting, be down at 2 o'clock. And I'm just like, I ain't got to do nothing. I mean, my kids got this. I'm just going to freaking kick back, smoke a cigar, and watch the game.
This is probably the first week that we played as a whole. The triangle traveled on all phases, so offensively, defensively, and special team-wise. The recent games, it was always one or two of them, not all three of them put together. So I think this week was all three put together, and we got to do that each and every week.
Offensively, UTSA racked up 403 yards, and Sear McCormick had 117 on 13 carries. Wide receiver Joshua Cephas had 4 catches, 63 yards, and 2 touchdowns. UTSA will play at La Tech Saturday at 6 p.m. So here's the Texas teams inside the AP Top 25 in college football. Texas A&M is number 17, Baylor 20, SMU 21, and UTSA at 7-0 is number 24 in the land. Baylor, SMU, and UTSA were unranked last week. After beating Missouri on the road 35-14, the Aggies moved up 4 spots to number 17. Quarterback Zach Calzada went 13 of 25 for 148 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Running back Isaiah Spiller had 168 rushing yards and 1 TD, while Devon Achane rushed for 124 yards with 2 touchdowns. A solid but not clean win after upsetting Bama last weekend.
But there's still a lot of sloppiness in there in our game that we got to get cleaned up with more consistency. Like the way we ran the ball, the game was physical. Defense got the turnovers early and did that. But there's still a lot of things both sides that we got to play better. But still going on the road after a big emotional win last week, I thought I was very proud of our kids, and hopefully we'll get better this week.
Aggies cornerback Jalen Jones came up with his first interception this season and 17-yard return. A&M will host South Carolina Saturday night, 6:30 at Kyle Field. Now, Texas dropped out of the top 25 after falling to Oklahoma State yesterday, 32-24. Texas led 24-13 with 11 minutes in the third and failed to score again. OSU outgained UT in the fourth quarter, 170 total yards to 1. Texas will now get a bye before playing at Baylor on Saturday, the 30th.
Pro football coverage powered by Davis Law Firm.
Houston Texans played at the Colts this afternoon in AFC South battle. This game is dominated by the Colts. First quarter, Carson Wentz goes deep to Paris Campbell. He hauls it in for a 51-yard touchdown and 7-0 Colts lead. They were up 10-3 at halftime. Third quarter, more Wentz. This time he goes to Mo Alley Cox with a 28-yard touchdown, and it's 17-3 Colts. Houston has a tough time covering tight ends this season. Colts running back Jonathan Taylor had a monster game. Third quarter, he gets outside and rips off a huge 83-yard gain down to the Texans' 5-yard line, part of his 145 yards rushing on 14 carries. Moments later, Taylor scores from 4, and the Colts are pulling away 24-3, one of 2 touchdown runs for Taylor. Texans rookie QB Davis Mills was 29-43 for 243 yards, no scores, and 2 interceptions. Colts win this one, running away 31-3, dropping the Texans to 1-5.
They played sound on defense, didn't make very many mistakes. We turned the ball over, and we called some shot plays. We're trying to get the ball down the field, and it was covered up on most of them. So just got to be better.
Houston will play at Arizona next Sunday at 3:25 p.m., where they'll see former Texan stars J.J. Watt and DeAndre Hopkins. Cowboys are playing at the Patriots right now, and check out that score. The boys are leading 20-14 in the fourth quarter. We'll have highlights and posts tonight on Instant Replay. San Antonio Junior flyweight Jesse Bam Rodriguez put on another dominating performance last night in Fresno, California. 2:10, Bam dropped Jose Alejandro Burgos at 123 of round 4, drilling Burgos with left hands and sending him into the ropes and down to the canvas as the fight was immediately stopped. Burgos landed just 12% of his punches, while Bam connected at 47%. Bam is now 14-0 with 10 knockouts. Big game coverage isn't just about high school football. We also like to highlight high school bands. So check this out Friday night at Poth. Drummer Vincent does a handstand onto his bandmate, and then Vincent plays drums while hanging upside down. The young man is just as good upside down as he is standing up. Now, Poth beat George West 56-7, but Vincent stole the show with his upside down skills. And don't forget tonight on Instant Replay, make sure you tune in to catch the best of big game coverage and a brand new 12's Top 12.
That's impressive.
Right?
Thank you, Larry.
You're welcome.
Best story of the day.
We'll be right back.
Thanks so much for watching. That's all of our time.
We'll see you back here tonight on the Night Beat at 10.
Have a good night.